Good morning, everybody. After completing the definition of science, physics, and branches of physics, we have to start the next topic: scope and excitement of physics. Then, physics in relation to other sciences like chemistry, bio, mathematics, etc. So, you know this thing, you can make an idea from this thing कि जब किसी ने फर्स्ट टाइम रेडियो में आवाज सुनी होगी तो उसे कितना एक्साइटमेंट हुआ होगा। जब किसी ने टीवी में फर्स्ट टाइम देखा होगा पिक्चर को तो कितना एक्साइटमेंट हुआ। तो इस टाइप से काफ़ी पॉइंट्स हैं और इनके नोट्स जो हैं मैं आपको वीडियो कर रहा हूँ, उनमें से नोट्स प्रिपेयर कर लेना। ओके, नीचे नीचे नीचे। So after finding the gravitational force, we have to study about the properties of gravitational force. First property, it is attractive in nature. It is attractive in nature. Second property, it obeys inverse square law. Third property, it is long range force. Long range force up to infinity. Up to infinity means it is working between the heavenly bodies. Also, it means it can work up to infinity. Fourth property, it is central force. It is central force means it always acts along the line joining the center of two bodies. Next, it is the weakest force in nature. बाकी की जो थ्री और हैं उन सब में ये वीकेस्ट फोर्स होता है। इट इज वीकेस्ट फोर्स इन नेचर। नंबर 6, इट इज कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स। कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स कि दोज फोर्सेज वर्क डन बाय देम डज नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन द पाथ, it depends only on initial and final position. That type forces are known as conservative forces. Now, seventh property, its field particle. Its field particle is graviton. Graviton. Do you know the field particle? जब कोई बॉडी किसी दूसरी बॉडी पर कोई फोर्स लगाती है तो उनके बीच में किसी चीज का एक्सचेंज होता है, और जिन चीजों का एक्सचेंज होता है, जिस पार्टिकल का है, जिस मैटर का एक्सचेंज होता है, दैट इज नोन एज फील्ड पार्टिकल। क्या बोलते हैं उसे? फील्ड पार्टिकल। ओके, सो दिस इज द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स। After gravitational force, we have to start its second force, that is electromagnetic force. So first of all, we should know the definition of electromagnetic force. The force of attraction or repulsion between 2 point charges at rest is known as electromagnetic force or electrostatic force. This force was given by Coulomb's and can be calculated with the help of Coulomb's law. So we have to write the statement of Coulomb's law. According to this law, the force of attraction or repulsion between 2 point charges at rest is directly proportional to product of the magnitudes of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them is known as Coulomb's law. In this case, we are not taking centers. Why? Because here we have to take point charges. Okay, that's why we will not take center. So we are taking 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 at rest, or these are located at the points A and B, which are separated by a distance r, and air is present between these two charges. So according to Coulomb's law, F is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges, Q1, magnitude of Q1 into magnitude of Q2. F is inversely proportional to R square. After combining these two equations, we can write F is directly proportional to product of the magnitudes of charges upon R square. Magnitude means whatever the charge, positive or negative, you have to take positive sign. So by taking positive sign, you can remove the magnitude. So in place of this, now we replace the sign of proportionality and we have to use a constant at this place. So here this constant is K. So F will be equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. This is the formula for the electromagnetic force or electrostatic force, where K is the constant of proportionality and known as Coulomb's constant, and its value is K equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. It is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. This is epsilon. Its spelling is, its pronunciation epsilon. Naught. Its pronunciation becomes epsilon naught. What is this epsilon naught? This is the permittivity of free space or vacuum or air. If you are taking any one from these three, it is denoted by epsilon naught. Permittivity is denoted by epsilon naught. Its value remains same for all the cases, for all these three cases. So we have to know the definition of permittivity. Permittivity. So note down the definition of permittivity. The ability of a material or medium to permit the electric lines of force through it is known as permittivity of that material or that medium. Because we know that every medium has different ability, means it will allow the different amount, means a constant amount of electric lines of force through it, or it will be different from the other mediums. Okay, after that we have to start fundamental forces in nature. Fundamental means it is applicable at every place in the universe. So there are four fundamental forces in nature. First is gravitational force, second is electromagnetic force, third is weak nuclear force, fourth is strong nuclear force. So first of all we are taking gravitational force. So we should know the definition of gravitational force. The force of attraction between two bodies due to their mass in the universe is known as gravitational force. This force was explained by Newton, and he given a law for finding this force, or that law is known as Newton's gravitation law. So we have to state that law. According to, write down this law. According to this law, the force of attraction between two bodies due to their mass in the universe is directly proportional to product of the masses of the body, product of the mass of the bodies, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Now we will find out gravitational force. So for that we are taking two bodies. This body is A of mass m1 and its center is C1. This is the body B of mass m2 and center is C2. The center of both the bodies are separated by a distance capital R. Then according to law of gravitation, the gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of the mass of the bodies, means F is directly proportional to m1 into m2 and F is inversely proportional to R square. And after combining these two equations we can write F is directly proportional to m1 into m2 upon R square. Now we replace the sign of proportionality and we have to use a constant at this place. So it becomes F equals to capital G into m1 into m2 upon R square, where capital G is the constant of proportionality and known as universal gravitational constant, and its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square.